Hey, welcome back to Business Owners Speak. Today, I'm very excited to have our first restaurant owner, Michelle Lefkowitz with Salute. How are you, Michelle?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. We appreciate you taking the time to join us today. So like I do with everybody, if you could, start with just telling us a little bit about yourself and the business.
My name is Michelle. My husband is Rob. We have two daughters, teenagers, 15 and 18, Zoe and Maya. Maya just graduated from Dwyer, and Zoe actually attends a small school here in Palm Beach Gardens. We've been in this business now for 8 years. We've been part of the Palm Beach Gardens community. We relocated here about 10, it'll be 10 years this year, 9 years maybe. And we planted our roots here and have continued to grow with the community. We love it.
Where were you before? Here?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, so straight down from the Midwest. Very nice. I'm a Midwesterner myself. So when you came down, was the whole plan to start this restaurant?
So the plan was to go into business, and we knew what we knew, we knew what we didn't know, and we know food and beverage, we know customer service, we know hospitality. What we didn't know is kind of what the market here was going to dictate from us as a business, what they were going to want from us. So we had the food and beverage revenue streams, and we started building relationships. And over, month after month and year after year, we made new friends, and our friends were our clients. And, we were developing these roots in our schools and our community, and just really getting to know a great network of humans that actually advised us. To be honest, our customers dictated our future, and we listened every day to what every customer would say. And we would, kind of pivot and continue to evolve to meet the needs of the customers.
Sure. So with the food and beverage background, were you and your husband both working in restaurants or owning restaurants up north? Or because it's once you're in, it's tough to get out of that world.
Right. So I was always an independent marketing consultant for small businesses, and I worked hand in hand with a lot of restaurateurs up in the Cleveland market and then down here in Delray Beach when I was first, making my way down south. But it's the first restaurant that we've actually owned. My husband came from corporate banking, but my grandfather owned a restaurant before I was ever born. So I guess to some degree, you'd say it's in my blood.
Yeah, but it's not that easy for two newcomers to owning a restaurant, especially. And tell us a little bit about the restaurant itself. Actually, we'll let you go there first.
So we are a full service restaurant. We are a bar. We have 3 bars, 2 of them inside, 1 of them outside. We do live music. We're a full service catering company. So after we got the restaurant kind of down, we've expanded our catering division. So we go into people's houses and throw parties. We go on their boats and throw parties. We do it in their offices. So it doesn't matter where the people really want to eat and drink. They're our customers and our clients, and we evolve our menus, and we just feed them and we drink them and make sure everybody has a good time. So I guess the way that I'm able to keep doing it is because we love our customers and we love what we do every day. Yeah. And we have great employees. We're blessed. Without the great employees, which come from a great culture, we really wouldn't have anything. My executive chef has been with us for almost 7 years now. Wow. My beverage director has been with us since before we opened. My sous chef has been with us since before we opened. So for me, I know that the people we chose and the way that we grew the business is kind of how we're able to do it.
Well, you're certainly doing something right, because to hold on to food and beverage management positions for that long, you're truly must be creating a great environment that people want to be a part of, especially as an employee.
And, COVID was really testing of that, right? So, COVID destroyed most restaurants. It really and that curve to come back was so hard. And, again, blessed and grateful that we have the team that we do, and we were able to sustain that and keep feeding people, because everybody needed to eat, and we adapted and created different revenue streams, but kept serving our customers. And we're really, to be honest, I couldn't be in the restaurant business for 8 years. I can be in the relationship business, and that's what it's about. The restaurant is just one vehicle for that.
That's a great way to put it. So your location is unique and a great spot. Was that something you sought out when you first decided we're going to do this? We want to be somewhere on that PGA Boulevard corridor, or how'd that
Okay,
work?
so it was a little more general than that. We started studying the entire East Coast, West Coast thing in Florida, then we picked East Coast. And then we kind of started studying Miami versus Martin County, and Palm Beach County was where it was at. So that's where we purchased our liquor license. And we have a full quota 4 COP liquor license that allows us we're a full liquor store,
Right.
in addition to being a catering company and a restaurant. And that's all under one license. But when we first started studying Palm Beach County, Boca was not our vibe. We wanted to keep going north, and Boynton wasn't really there yet. And, it just wasn't our thing. And we just kept going north. And then when we got to Gardens and Jupiter, we were like, this is like perfect. This is everything we wanted. So we purchased the license, but then honed in on Gardens. And we looked at every piece of available real estate in this area where we really like the school systems and the community. And we went and visited it all. And we were going to some degree, let the facility that we found dictate the business a little bit. And when we signed this lease here, we didn't even plan on having a bar. We thought we were going to be a fast casual to go liquor store, deli. And I mean,
Really?
that didn't even last 6 months. Everybody was like, your food is great. Your drinks are great. Your people are great, but we need more food. We want to sit down. We want to be served. And we evolved into a restaurant in less than 6 months. So it was one heck of a ride for sure.
That's an interesting path, because, a lot of restaurants could probably learn from. It's not almost like a soft opening. I know, although it was a completely different model, it wasn't as expense heavy probably as a model. And so rolling into what you've grown into, instead of just saying, we're going to do all of this and hope it works, you tested it and had some following, and that's great. It's amazing that it worked that way.
Yeah.
So as married business owners in a restaurant, which can be a high stress industry, what are your 2 roles in the business? You and
2
your husband.
roles in the business.
What do you?
So, got it. I'm sorry. So what are our 2 roles in the business? My husband is more in charge of the back office, HR, accounting. He makes sure that everything runs, that everybody gets paid, that all the money gets handled properly. He really is what keeps all of our employees onboarded, all of the health insurance going for everybody. We offer health insurance. We're a restaurant. Like, it's challenging, you're chasing servers to get extra money to make sure that they pay their insurance. Like, to some degree, we're like this mega family, and he's the dad that makes sure that everybody's stuff is together, and that, when we teach kids how to have jobs, and my husband spends hours teaching kids the basics of how to have a job and what it means to be responsible for something. We have customers of ours that, we've known for 8 years, that their kids now 16, 17, or 18, and they want them to come and work for us. So we have like a job release program, where we have all these 16, 17, 18-year-olds that work for us. And he really takes on that mentorship role with them very well. And he's instrumental in the developing of our kitchen team with our executive chef and the philosophies of the back of the house, where my focus more so is everything beyond that. Beyond, mine is the marketing and the business development and the catering expansion, and, who are the managers, who are my teams. The beverage director works under me, my catering manager, and Dominic, our front of house manager. The 3 of them, and then we have 2 assistant managers now. We opened with like 10 or 12 employees, and now we have like 60 plus employees. Yeah.
Always great to hear of a restaurant, succeeding and doing well, and living in the area. I hear, a lot of positive buzz all the time. So I can't wait to get back. So going forward, you've made it 7, 8 years, you've grown, you've expanded a couple different ways. So what's next? What's the plan?
Well, we continued for a long time. I was always like, what's the plan? What's the plan? What are we doing? What are we doing? And honestly, for a minute, it was about a year ago, one of my advisors looked at me and said, why don't you take a breath and really focus on making everything that you have here better, because for so many years post-COVID, we were in that like, oh my God, we got to fix this and we got to fix this and we got to fix this and we got to fix that. And, you know, and finally we were growing 20% year over year leading up to COVID. Then in 2020, we had a 25% drop. 2021, we came back 20 ahead. We crushed it. And it's been great numbers wise in that regard, but honing in on like restabilizing everything and saying, you know, what is it really that's coming next? Because our industry is changing so fast, and your labor models are changing, your food costing models are changing, how you charge your customers is changing. Are you charging credit card fees? Are you not charging credit card fees? You know, are you taking American Express or are you not taking we take American Express, but you know, there's a lot of that's changing. And for me to keep planning what's next, it was like, we're going to restabilize here for a little bit and really enhance what we have here. And the catering is where we're growing. So we are focusing on growing our catering department, because every customer that comes through our door and sits at our table and eats our food and drinks our wine and our cocktails, you know, can you bring that to my house? Yes, we can. You know, so for me, I want to throw more parties in people's houses and show them kind of what we can do in their homes, on their boats, and in their offices, more so than wanting to go open up another restaurant location. You know, I'd prefer to grow the catering division. Ideally, I'd love a commercial kitchen with some event space. I think that's really needed in our area. But at the same time, I'm not looking to, you know, open up and fund a $500,000 project today, you know, but if anybody wants to, sure, let's talk about it. Because I think there's just so much opportunity here for business, but being able to handle the amount of business that you have coming in and handle it well is important to me. So I think what's next is continue to grow the catering and our nightlife. We just won Best Brunch in Palm Beach County for 2023 and Best Place to Have a Business Lunch. So we won 2 awards the only year we ever tried. Wow. You know, and our customers are just the most amazing thing. So I want to keep coming up with ways to impress them and make them smile.
Well, you're certainly a good cheerleader for the business. And I think you've hit it on the head when you focus on the people, right? Both your team and your customers, it works out. And
it
so,
does.
Really interesting stuff, and really happy to have you on, Michelle. Thank you so much. And we wish you the best of luck moving forward. Everybody go to Salute. You'll love it. And look for Michelle when you get there. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.